Hey, what's up? What's up, y'all? We are live right now, man. Special episode right here. Episode number 3 for Paletosos Racing Podcast, man. Just bringing the straight fire, bro. Every week or every episode, right? And tonight we're chilling with one of the OGs, man. And it's a pleasure to have you, man. It's an honor. And man, we got Jose Pena, Drops R Us, man. Kinglet in the building.
Yeah. What's up, fellas?
So this is gonna be a crazy episode. We're just gonna chop it up. We're gonna talk, about the truck scene. Talk about hit. We're gonna go back into like a time travel machine. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna get to learn from the GOAT, man. So, last time we were out here not too long ago, man. A couple weeks ago, and we were chopping it up, and you told me you're like, hey, when I come on, some people gonna get their feelings hurt. So we're gonna talk about that too because it's a hot topic, and I want to say things about that too. So, hey, we're here, baby.
That's right.
How you been, man?
Man, we're doing good.
That's awesome. Danny, ¿qué onda, güey?
Ya sabes cómo ando. Si no ando hablando, ya saben cómo estoy.
Hey, well, it's great to be together, man, and we're going to chop it up. And right now, man, big show that just happened, LST, you were out there. Tell us about it.
LST was fire, man. Definitely fire. Man, everybody was crying about the weather. Definitely the weather just probably just switched it up on everybody and gave us a good weekend for sure. We don't ever do a Friday show. Friday show to us, it was definitely like a Saturday show. So, it was definitely one of the top ones, man. We had a lot of different 100%, over 100% rides that come in from out of town. So, definitely one to go. If you didn't go, you missed it for sure.
And we were here. When we were here, the white SS was here, right?
Yeah.
Hey, that was breaking necks the entire weekend. Where'd they have that one parked? I didn't get a chance to go. That's why I'm asking.
They had the truck front and center. It was set up at the Alamo Customs booth, and he always holds probably the most centerest part of the show. Always has some top quality stuff that he takes out there. Teamed up with Chris Pate this year, and they had some fire going on. You had Milo Reyna in the area. You had a lot of Fat Fabs. You had Extensive. A lot of fire going on in that main area where this truck was posted up. From what we've seen, Instagram, social media was going pretty good overall. Overall, the truck did good.
Man, that's awesome. And what'd you guys end up taking, like, for Drops R Us?
Well, as far as we spend most of the time February trying to get that truck ready. Unfortunately, some of the stuff that we had planned out to take out due to the weather and stuff, the freeze and stuff that we had going on during that month, kind of just set us back. So we went with probably the most fire that we could have gone with, and teamed up with Sublime Heights, Alamo, and the guys from Acme Chassis. To make this happen. So, we went, quantity over quantity, pretty much,
Yeah.
Hey, man, I remember hearing that, and it was always like, man, Jose's right. We got to do it right. Hey, real quick, man, that new logo's fire, bro. I appreciate the shirts, bro. Hey,
yeah, baby.
Shit, I'm glad you like it.
we got fire. Hey, we're going to be out the shootout. Are you going to be at Freddie LSX's and Triple P's event this weekend or no?
Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to make that.
Okay.
We got some things to catch up. We got a big, heavy month of April coming.
Okay.
We got, a couple out-of-town shows. We're heading out to Arizona for a pro touring show.
Nice.
So, we're going to try to change the things out later on this year. Some of you guys will see some different stuff coming out of here. Kind of doing a little bit different,
Okay,
It'd be exciting.
So for sure the shootout, though, right? You'll be out there?
For sure we'll be at the shootout. Like always, the shootout's one of our main home guys. We always back up down the gas guys, and we'll have Ground Zero on the side, and always do. We do it pretty good. We have a good time. Customers come out, fans, and everybody comes out and enjoy.
What's it called? I know we just pretty much jumped into all of this, but, let's, for these people that are, first time hearing about you and all that, because, there's a lot of young kids and cats out there, let's tell them, tell them what's up. Let's go back. Time travel time, baby. Back to the 90s. If you ever seen any C10 out there, they don't even come close to Black Widow, because I remember being like, I think it was like an intermediate, and this guy right here showed up to my elementary or intermediate at the time. That's whenever it was what? Maroon, no? Era la Black Widow? It was
Probably
maroon?
at that time it was maroon. It was in the moving violation stages.
Yeah, moving violation.
Yeah.
Oh, that's straight fire,
Yeah,
bro.
people don't even know. That's
Hey,
magazine days.
let's talk about that. Let's talk about that build and the inspiration behind
Well,
that, man.
that build was a little bit different. It was, I purchased it in '04. Actually took my dad out to purchase it with me. He pretty much fell in love as soon as he seen it. So, I have never had my dad there pick something out with me, other than the first car that he gave me. But so once we went that, I picked it up. It was built many years back. by somebody else. So we took it in, gave it the D.R.U look, which drops for us at that moment. Pretty much set it up, changed it up, big horsepower for sure. At that point in time, 20 by 15 was coming into effect. 20 by 15 was the biggest wheel that there was offered. We teamed up with the guys at Intro. We got the first set of 20 by 15 Gallops on a 20 by 15 that we did on that. Well, that didn't last long. We took it out a couple of shows. We got a magazine shot for trucking in South Padre. That was back in, I want to say maybe 07, 08 with the truck, after the first build.
Yeah.
We went from there, kind of just evolved into this LS stuff. Had a big motor, big carburetor, big blower stuff. So I just got tired of working on it, man. I mean, it's, with customers' vehicles and working on my own, it's pretty much one of those deals that I wish I had more time, but we just don't, have that many hours during the day. So fortunately, we're able to take it to a different level. So we went ahead and did a 2415, kind of, set it out, and we kept it like that for about maybe a couple of months. Well, the chance came, and we kind of switched it out. We got invited to SEMA. SEMA is one of those deals that, you get invitations by Trucking Magazine, Street Trucks, or some of your major vendors that do a lot of sponsorship. Well, we didn't have sponsorships that year. That year, we got to take 2 trucks. We took a lot of people that know it by the Cheyenne, the 08 body style, and we took the Black Widow, my 82 C10. Yeah. That was our first year of SEMA, 2010. That was somewhere around the time that I kind of just wanted to take drop service into something different. Yeah. And we kind of took the King Lip movement into a whole different story.
Yeah. And man, I remember growing up and being around that truck and being around the whole scene, and it was crazy, bro, because like you were a game changer, man. Like when they came out, everybody was just like, damn, I got to get that next big wheel. And then it became like almost like a label, like you had to have it. Like if you didn't have a lip, like you couldn't hang out with us, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's what it ended up going to, is it kind of, a lot of people come in and pretty much they know that if you came in for a small wheel, you're looking for some kind of 10-inch wheel, you end up coming in the shop, you see about 10 other trucks with 24 by 15. So we ended up being known as King Lip, Texas. And that's pretty much how far the movement took us to where it actually set us out to where that's all we would build would be 24 by 15 trucks. Yeah. At one point, we had 32, 405, 25s, 24s here.
Yeah. And how big is that 1 inch difference? Because I remember when 2414 came out, it was a huge deal.
Well,
and then 2415 came out, and then it was like, damn.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that 1 inch changes a lot of different things. A lot of OBSs are able to run 2414 without doing a heavy modification. No shit. You go into a 24 by 15, pretty much you got a back cap, and a lot of the small margin of an inch changes the whole different as far as the suspension travel and having enough room for it. Yeah. Until these people decided to come out with this reverse lip. So now it changes everything. Now we don't have room for the differential brakes and everything else that comes along with it. Yeah.
So going back to it, I mean, what was your favorite stage of the whole King Lip movement?
Man,
is it still going on? Do you think so, or you shut it down already?
No, actually, I think that won't stop. Now we see the 26, 28, which are not as popular as the 24 by 15 is. You probably won't have those tires be running out like you'll see a Pirelli or one of the new brand tires coming out, as running out and being up there as far as the price range. Because that's what's kind of made the scene. There's times that we have the tire and we're available to sell it, and we can actually sell it for a good price, and then it comes to a point to where we're running out of them and the price just skyrockets, which is ridiculous. But that's just the way the thing is. When somebody's demanding it, that's what ends up happening. You run out of it. So, so favorite stages, 2415, of course.
And what's it on right now?
It's on 2415, the Gallop. Went with the Gallops in 2010 when we went to SEMA. I actually went back to the same wheel 2 years ago. Pretty much that's where it's set at now. I kind of just went. I've tried several different looks, but just wasn't satisfied. I went more to the traditional look.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you nailed it.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
That's a sick truck. And all right, well, let's go back to like growing up days. A lot of people don't realize you're from Deer Park, Pasadena area. You know, talk to us about the truck game when you were growing up, man.
Man, I mean, here around town, it's been pretty crazy. We've seen everything from the 1711 movement to 17 by 9, 17 by 11 staggered setup, and getting to a point to where everybody just lost that and went into a straight up racing scene. It didn't matter what kind of tires or what tires, but you were racing down Edgebrook, or you were doing it in many different spots here in the Houston location. Houston's always been big for the street racing. We grew up watching trailer cars getting pulled off Rankin Road, Holmes Road. You know, some of those spots that are still, you know, being used for racing still, but more on the underground scene. Now it changes though. Most cars didn't make 1,000 horsepower and were street drivable like they are now. So of course you would see a lot more trailer cars, and it would be a little bit more exciting because there was more room to talk. Now pretty much, you know, hey, you want to, you know, run, you want to run, well, pretty much you line up and you're ready to go. It's not like a car that you're setting up on the trailer to actually, you know, get it down that, you know, pass. So.
And it's crazy to hear like an OG say that it's easy, like everything turned easy. Why you say that?
Easy. Well, I'm just talking about easy as far as LS goes. You know, LS. Now we're with turbos and, you know, making 1,000 horsepower like it's nothing. Back then you had the, you know, your old big blocks, your old school 350s that weren't capable of doing that. Yeah, you were probably making that power, but you were not going to drive it down the road, you know, to go sit there and make a couple of passes with your buddy and then still drive home. You know, so now, yes, of course, things changed. One of our deals, no matter what power we've always had, we've always driven it. And that was the thing. We probably made like 750 when I had the blower on the truck. I was still driving it as much as I could, you know. So that's always been my thing. Drivability, getting it down the road, no matter how much power you got.
And aside from like the builds, your inspiration behind them, like what drives you, man?
Inspiration behind it, man. I mean, it's gone to a point to where I grew up pushing a Hot Wheel. Yeah. You know, everybody grows up doing things that they wanted to do. You know, at one point in time, I had inspiration. I had my family. My family's always been into cars. Coming from our dad's side of the family, it was from California. You had lowrider in the family. Coming to the side that here in the Houston area, Deer Park, my uncles were full of race truck fever. It wasn't race car, it was race trucks. Yeah. That's where the truck thing come in. At one point in time, I didn't depart from each side of the family. I just took a little bit of both sides, and I kind of put big power and decided to take a little curves with it as far as putting a bag truck on the floor, big wheel setup, big power setup, and still act a fool with it, you know, and enjoy it. So that's my inspiration pretty much. Has been the family that's brought it out to me. But of course, looking up to some of the guys that have been racing here in the Houston area, I mean, it's ridiculous. Now we are home some of the fastest in America. So, you know.
And how does it feel, man, as an OG? You know, you've been around the game for a long time. You've seen it evolve. Like, do you ever sit back and just be like, man, we've been through a lot?
No,
because you're somebody that's dedicated to this, bro. Like, no cap. You know,
there's definitely a lot of dedication to it. I mean, I've known a lot of friends that are in the business, and I'm glad I'm still married. So, you know, that's one of the deals that you have to put a lot of time into it. I put a lot of time. I used to live here at this place, and you know, as I've grown up, I've kind of, you know, distanced myself from it because you gotta, you know, pretty much live your life. But you know, there's other things that come in life as far as just work. You know, I've always said it to myself, but I've always proved to myself that no matter what, I'm still going to sit there and work regardless if I don't need to. You know, so that's one of the deals that that's what it's come down to. You know, we keep on busting ass. You know, why stop?
So do you have any other hobbies aside from trucks that people don't know about? That people don't know about. They're like, man, I never thought he'd do that.
No,
I think he says he goes bowling on Fridays, no?
Yeah, bowling. Yeah, bowling? We tried that a couple of times. You know, I'm not gonna come off and you know, and roll it the way I would want to, but yeah, it'd go down the lane. But you know.
Hey, so like growing up, what was your dream truck?
Growing up, I'm a dream truck. Well, man, I was 13. My uncle had an OBS 93 at that time. I was 13 years old. He had a different scene at that point. We had a rack top on trucks, and a bed cover and gold buttons and gold.
That's the one when they have the Azteca warrior on the tailgate right there.
Yeah, exactly. So we grew up seeing different things like that. My parents were always into the deal. They're always getting those Mark III trucks and stuff that would come out with the 15x10 already ground fixed. What you see now, here, I mean, I wouldn't even think that would actually come back into style, but it is. So. Yeah, I mean we've seen some old school stuff throughout the line. So that was pretty much my fever was OBS at that point whenever my uncle had that truck. Yeah. So that's probably a truck that probably inspired me to continue doing what I do now.
Yeah, that truck's coming back, man. I see them offer up prices be going up the roof on those OBSs.
Everybody's trying to build themselves. That and the Cat Eye. I mean, they're going like gold, bro. Expensive. Yeah. And you're obviously building your own OBS. Do you have any other projects you thinking about? Like, man, I might just pull this out.
I'm pretty much trying to get the race truck out the way and getting my old project I've had since '98. That was my first OBS truck. It's gone through different stages as well as the Widow, but it's been parked since 2006. So we named it the Shelf. So you know what that means. You just throw shit on it and you call it the Shelf. But no, hopefully this year we got a couple OBSs that we'll be bringing out. Maybe next year we get to play around with some cars. I got a car in mind that I've been wanting for a long time, and I want to change the scene up a little bit.
Yeah. And you got rid of your Vet, right?
I got rid of my Vet. Okay. I got rid of my Vet. My Vet's probably one of the cars that I've kept ever the longest. I got it new in '07.
You regret
Definitely
it?
a fun car. No, I don't regret it because I actually got rid of it. Not because I wanted to. Just depreciating value it's ridiculous on them. And a lot of people know, well, you should have kept it. Your first owner. I've always wanted something different. You know, we got a chance to get it. Why not grab it? But it was time to move on.
Okay.
Let somebody else enjoy it.
Yeah. And that was a sick whip, man. I remember my first whip ever was a little purple truck, and I brought it for Jose. When we had just painted, I brought it. He did the suspension on it.
Yeah, that was a long time
ago.
And
I got something else coming, so we're going to bring that one, too.
Definitely.
Man, we go way back, man, because, see, I used to grow up, and, like, I remember when Drops R Us first came out, bro. It was like a brand. Like, you had to get on it. Because I grew up around the time where everything really got kind of, like, started a little bit, sort of, like, what I mean by that?
The scene
popped
the
right
scene
there.
Popped, the scene popped pretty hard. I want to say maybe 06, 07 here. You had the Cat Eye truck, the SS out, which we see tons of them now, and it was always an inspiration to a lot of people to get an SS truck that couldn't get a 454 SS back in the 90s, I guess. But the 90s were always still strong, and that's where we get to today that we're talking about OBS. But even in 06, you're still seeing a lot of fast OBS trucks out there.
What do you think makes it so iconic?
I like to say maybe the body style.
Squared
the body
up.
style, the roundness, the shape.
Yeah.
I mean, anywhere from having a sharp look from the front and just getting wide towards the back. No matter if it's just sitting there, it still looks like it's hauling ass.
Yeah.
It's got good lines.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I like the square body. As you can tell, I've always taken care of the Widow, but OBS, the lines. There was so many more things offered for OBS from what I've seen in the 90s that have ever been offered for any other body style truck till now. Okay. So that's definitely the one.
Yeah.
That was back then when Jose had to order parts out of a magazine, no?
Yeah, exactly. There was no Instagram, there was no social media that we could just sit there and DM somebody and, hey, you know what, or you get on this site and get on Summit and let's just order away. You pretty much had to get on that magazine and check out the stuff that was being offered because that's the only place that would be able to see advertisement. So when magazines were cool, which to me there was always a dream to be on a trucking magazine.
Do you have some in your office?
We did one cover. We got a trucking cover for trucking cover back in 2010 for Cheyenne. That was my first cover. So
that was a sick whip.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Torinos.
Yeah. So definitely, so we've had other trucks in the magazines that we worked through our customers. The Widows made it twice. In the different look from going from the moving violation to now it's Black Widow days. So it's been on there twice. But man, ever since we started kicking after SEMA, pretty much just I've been working on customers' vehicles. So yeah, it's taken 10 years for me to actually get at a point to where now we do have some stuff coming out this year. Hopefully, you guys.
So you're taking something to SEMA?
This year,
Yeah.
yeah, we might
We
might make it.
Okay, but there'll be a lot of trucks out there built
Oh
by
yeah,
you, right?
for sure. This year, yes, we have teamed up with a lot of
Okay.
great shops out there.
When's that event?
SEMA's
Yeah.
held in November.
Okay, November.
Yeah, SEMA's
So
held in
we got
November.
another about 6 months of fire coming out from here.
Well, yeah, pretty
I
much.
mean, if you look around the
think
shop, I mean, you're filled.
everybody ends up waiting to September to start working on a SEMA truck. So yeah, November comes pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be out there. You're gonna have some sick whips, you know.
Yeah,
And you're
yeah.
gonna be out. Be out
Definitely
at the
worth going.
photo shoot.
Definitely
Okay.
worth going, whether you have a vehicle in there or not. I mean, you definitely have to go sit there and enjoy and get a visual. Of
Yeah.
some
What's your
of that
favorite part
work.
of it?
Man, checking out the rides.
Just checking
There's
it
so
out.
much craftsmanship. I mean, there's so much talent out there. You have tons and tons of shop throughout the country, even overseas. You know that there's cars that are shipped overseas. I mean, the craftsmanship is off the wall.
Yeah.
So definitely worth going to.
Yeah. And we had talked about it last time, so I wanted to bring it up. I think it's a good time to bring it up, right? Loosen it up a little bit. So, do you work on your own trucks?
I work on my own trucks.
All right. So, how do you feel about these dudes that have shops and don't work on their own trucks? And what do you think they're doing to the truck game? Like the Tacuache lifestyle, the ones we were talking about last time. Like just guys that are trying to give away trucks, raffle trucks, and try to hustle a honest buck.
Well, I mean, it's definitely has come to a game changer in the scene. Pretty much the scene used to be one of those types of deals that we'd go work for it.
Okay.
We weren't expecting it to get it for free.
Okay.
At the end of the day, it is for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might sell some merch or something like that, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, yeah, you're getting payment for free over, social media deal, which, hey, there's more power to the people that
Yeah.
actually want to do it. That's fine, but yeah, it's definitely changed the game.
Yeah. And what do you hate about the whole changing of the game throughout the years? Like thing that's just kind of like bugs you, like man, I can't believe that's going on.
You really can't hate. You can't hate on it because as time goes off, everything evolves to something different in the scene. Pretty much it's gone to a point to where we pretty much kind of have to accept it because there's nothing you're going to be able to do to change it, which is fine, But no, there's no hate in it. It's just that's not my way. I was pretty much brought up a different way. I busted my ass for it to make the scene to what it is, to go out and actually drive to shows cross country, and whether we were known or not, you know what I'm saying? We didn't have social media to do it. Back then, you couldn't get shot for a magazine unless you drove to another state and you actually got somebody that would actually, hey, you know what, you're interested in shooting for the magazine.
Yeah.
Now, pretty much, you have social media that does it for you.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much the same thing that's happening now. Now you're using social media to blow up a scene that is getting a lot of attention from a lot of people. And do I see you working the way we used to started working the scene to get to a point to where we ended up being?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not being happen no more.
Yeah.
So,
Man, we should be charging for this knowledge right here. Baby. It's free game for y'all.
This is fire, man.
well,
real talk.
I mean,
OG
like I said,
himself.
I mean, we come back from the back. I mean, it was way different. It's changed a lot. We've seen a lot of different involvement since 1990, going to Texas Heat Wave. To now, we have a show every other weekend, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And
That's what's
when
happening.
does it your show season start?
Man,
when does it
actually,
end?
show
Or is it all year?
show season pretty much to us is going to be a little bit different this year.
Okay.
We have to focus more on the rides, and we got some stuff that we're coming out, personal stuff as well, to where we will not be attending every other weekend show that's happening now. That's pretty much that we don't have no time to do that, know. So you have other shops that are coming up in the scene, let them attend, let them do their thing. I mean, fortunately, like I said, we used to attend 13, 15 shows a year, but we're talking about 10 out of town shows. We didn't have 15 in town shows, and that's what's happening now.
Yeah.
We have a show here every other weekend.
And man, aside from the shows, I'm pretty sure you stay busy here at the shop, huh?
No, we stay busy, man, and from having all this pandemic stuff going on and all this deal, so it's pretty much gotten it to a point to where now we do appointment only, and pretty much we want to stay that way because we used to do a lot of in and out stuff, but keeps us busy, but it also keeps us away from
Main builds.
the actual stuff that I want to build, and we want to get back into the focus as far as doing main builds.
Yeah.
We used to do drops, maybe 20, 30 drops a week.
Yeah.
We were one of the only drop shops in the Pasadena area. You know, now, like I said, everything evolves. Now we got 3, 4, 5 different shops around, and they can handle that.
Yeah. And one of the famous quotes from him is always quality over quantity.
Exactly.
So talk about that. Like that goes into your craftsmanship, right? I mean,
Well,
that's kind of like
pretty
how you're
much.
built.
Yeah, of course. A lot of people expect, whether you have money or whether you don't, some people expect to have their truck back in a matter of days whenever you're trying to build something custom or you're trying to do some kind of custom modification to a vehicle. Well, you can't speed custom. Custom takes time, and quantity takes time. Quantity, anybody could sit there and push trucks out all day, but how many are you going to have come back? How many of those are you going to call yo-yos? You know what I call a yo-yo? Whenever we build a truck and it comes back and something happens to it and it continues happening, well, that's a yo-yo.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that. You don't want to have an unsatisfactory customer, coming back to you, hey, what's going on here? Yeah. So, that's one of the deals. I'd rather take in less. If it don't fit inside the shop, it don't stay outside, the shop. So pretty much I've gone to a point to where we just take what we can handle.
And you get a lot of work from like out of state, no? Since
we do get a lot of work from out of state. I'll be honest with you, not much work comes from the Pasadena area. Not that we've turned down a lot of work, but we've gotten blessed so we can actually be a little choosy as far as what we want to work on. So.
I guess that's the benefit of driving Black Widow to those out of town.
I mean,
pretty much.
Your connects are everywhere though, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, man. I mean, we've gone on I-10 from California to Florida, so every state the trucks made a show.
And just think about it, for you to drive it that far, I mean, quality, bro.
Y luego con turbo.
Yeah.
And
then we've gone through different stages. We went through the blower, we went through the Whipple stage. They've all been fun, but man, I want to say the turbo's been the funnest. So.
Anything coming up that like you really want to work on? You're like, man, this is some Jose like taste. Okay.
The shelf. The shelf. That's definitely gonna be the one that
For the ones that don't know, it's
for the ones who don't know, that is the one that's gonna kill the widow. So
that feels like it's gonna be color 10. Is it? Maybe.
It won't be black.
Won't be black.
For the ones that don't know what that is, I'm talking about a tube chassis, OBS, step side,
man,
turbo, big turb ski in the front, much America coming out of the back end of that.
Man. Yeah. Oh, we're talking about the race truck. I was talking about the shelf.
Yeah.
The shelf is my other 93. The race truck's a 97.
Yeah.
The race truck's 97. So we are teaming up with some great companies out there to build the shelf. That would be our next deal.
So, I guess we'll see it the next couple years or so. Like
we hope to see it hopefully by the end of this year.
Okay. Cool. So, man, it's gonna be a lot of hours, dude.
Exactly.
No sleep.
Yeah.
No sleep.
It's
How
gonna
much
be
do you sleep?
fun. No, actually, I sleep a lot now. I'm only here Monday through Friday now.
Yeah.
Saturdays and Sundays are mine. To the family. They belong to the family. I used to be here Saturday and Sunday, 7 days a week, but it comes to a point to where there's other things in life that we have to sit there and pay more attention to. So I hate that it's come so far for me to actually realize it, but it is what it is. You got to build your empire. I feel like we've built something good enough to where I can actually control what I take in now. So that's always good.
And you're talking about family, man. Shout out to your family. You want to give them a shout out?
Of course, man. Shout out to my family, my uncles, my brother. They're out in Little Man, St. Croix.
Yeah.
Mom and dad, everybody doing good. My sister, she does her deal. You ever want to bully? Check her out. So
hey, that's what's up. You seen the bullies?
Yeah, terminé for Frenchies y todo el pedo también.
I know he likes dogs. I know he likes dogs. I know you like dogs.
Yeah, we're dog people too, man. I don't got nothing fancy right now other than a couple of pugs, but they're cool too. So
man, that's awesome, man. Hey, you said your brother got a new build coming out.
Yeah, actually, my brother's got 2 builds coming up.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
he just, some of you guys seen the raffle that he did on his Black Widow 2.0.
Yeah.
I wasn't too happy about that, but
Yeah.
hey, it is what it is. It's
Yeah.
his. I just built it. So yeah, definitely he's got some cool stuff coming out.
Nice.
Got a couple OBSs plus the shelf.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we got about 3 OBSs that
So
hopefully
you guys,
get to see.
you guys gonna be just coming back to the scene, just hit them at
90s,
once.
baby.
Well, you never left, but
I
what
never
I'm saying is
left. I
just-
never left. I just, didn't put the attention as far as
Yeah,
building
yeah.
stuff for myself.
Yeah, yeah.
I put the customer first.
And that's
you know,
awesome,
So,
man.
that's fine. And man, I mean.
So where are
luckily-
your trucks? The ones you build all over the country. Which one's your favorite one so far?
Wow, man.
You're gonna say all of
Mm.
them, but there's one that you're like, man, that one came out nice.
Man, so many it's hard to remember
Yeah.
which ones. I
Yeah.
have to sit there and back and look at some pictures. But no, definitely. Some of the old C10s have been my best stuff that I've liked.
Hey, and earlier today we were actually talking about your old trucks. I brought up the Torino, the Cheyenne.
The Cheyenne.
I brought up. You remember when Noe's white with the orange emblem was out here for a
Yeah.
while with the Hustlers, because we were
Yeah.
talking about those wheels. So,
Yeah.
I was telling him, I was like, man, there was a lot of trucks Jose has built, and
No, I mean definitely. We go back from the stages where all this big billet movement started.
Yeah.
We built so many trucks for the area. Some of the guys from Team Billet, GZ, Drastic. We've seen a lot of trucks here in the area whenever that big King Lit movement. But at that time, there wasn't that many shops doing it.
yeah.
So there was nobody doing 35, 40 different differentials shorting, in a year like
yeah.
we were.
Yeah.
But now, it all like I said, it all evolves.
Yeah.
Everybody starts learning, and what YouTube got created. Now you get to watch a YouTube video, right?
Yeah.
So you get to a point. Now you go watch a YouTube video. I'm gonna make a YouTube video. I'm fixing to build this truck here.
Yo,
Watch me.
that'd blow up.
Well, guess what that person and that person, the person after that did.
Yeah.
I can do that just by watching.
Yeah.
Have fun.
I feel like grinder.
It's not that easy, That's when they say build.
You've been
not
doing this a
bought.
long time, huh?
Yeah, man, and it takes a long time. We see a lot of hacked up stuff.
Yeah.
Good.
Which I'm pretty sure we did some hacking too whenever we were coming up too. I'm not gonna lie, I was at that point as well.
Yeah.
I started in the backyard, so yeah, of course, I've done hacking too.
Any bigger plans for the shop, man?
Bigger plans for the shop, man.
Do
Actually,
you ever get tired of Pasadena, or you want to stay here?
I'm not tired of Pasadena. I just probably want to expand a little bit. I've been here at this location going on 12 years. It's been good. We tried to expand to a bigger location. We ran into some troubles along the way, and we pretty much held back. And we set apart from that big shop location that we were doing in Pearland. I kind of was losing it. The quality that was coming out of here wasn't good no more because I wasn't spending the time because I was trying to expand to something that was, and giving it more time that's just something that was not even there. So it came back to a point to where I started realizing that. I was like, man, what's happening to my original business? Stay small and humble. I was having more fun.
Yeah.
I had more time for myself.
Yeah.
I tried to expand too soon in the ages of Drops or Us, and I think that's probably what happened. So it took me many years to catch back up from that major setback.
Yeah.
When I should have never gone that route. I started thinking too big too soon. I will never do it again. It's just a learning experience. That's fine.
Yeah.
You live and learn.
Yeah.
So now we've been here at this location 12 years. We are on the lookout for a new property, and we want to do a turnkey, full-blown D.R.U.
Nice.
So
Okay,
just like
okay.
that we changed the logo,
Yeah.
we're fixing to change the scene.
Nice.
you
So
know.
you're gonna
So
be looking
you
for
are the guys. You
Yeah.
are the first ones that are hearing it.
Damn,
It
that's
says
nice.
something in the
That's
future.
sick.
Little franchise
Can't say that
thing.
we're gonna stay in Pasadena, but
Yeah. Man, that's sick,
as
bro.
far as going for development, that's where we're going.
So are you looking for
mine.
any guys, or are you gonna be
Actually,
teaching guys?
right now-
I mean, little man coming back. You know?
No, man. Unfortunately, some of the guys that helped me make this, build this with me, they've all grown into being, they got great workmanship. They know how to get to work on time, and now they got their own jobs and are making good money out there. Don't get me wrong. I still see them on a daily whenever we have a chance, but we've had some great hands come through here that I could still talk to them today and call them today and say, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
And I've done a lot of schooling throughout the years, not just here as far as work, But as far as, trials in life, things that I've been through.
Yeah.
Just like you say, I'm a little OG in the scene. A lot of people say, well, that's that OG from D.R.U. Yeah, I'm that guy. I'm not ashamed to say it. You know what I'm saying? And some people respect it. Some people see it as different. Oh, it don't matter who he is. But it's all right. But yeah, we got some of the guys coming back for a new turnaround at the new place.
Man, and that's cool. That's cool to hear, bro. Because like I look at you with the utmost respect. Growing up, it was always like, man, I always went there, respected this guy. You take your advice, and from hearing you, what piece of advice, man, do you give these young kids, man? Because you got a lot of knowledge, bro. We could sit here all day and just hear it straight up.
We could probably sit there and have a conversation all night long about this aspect, but what would I tell the younger generation? Man, I mean, just don't stop working for what you see in your future. You know what I'm saying? And if you see something that changes throughout the time of you trying to build that dream, don't ever be afraid to take a different turn and take a different route. Sometimes getting to that final destination comes along as far as you branching off and doing smaller things in life to get to the bigger goal. Yeah. So just like the way I said it, we did good. We went to SEMA. We made ourselves seen. We got trucks in from all over the states. We were King Lip, Texas, and this and that. So I thought big. Let's do this big. Yeah. It was the worst mistake that I did. Instead of taking the baby steps, you got to crawl before you walk. It's true. Yeah. That's all I can actually, as far as advice, crawl before you walk. Don't try to start running without walking. Yeah. So.
Hombre, Jose should be writing Hallmark cards, bro. The ones that sell at Walgreens. Inspiration.
I mean, do you ever have like people just come up to the shop trying to talk to you, or
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Man,
any kids just show up and you kind of take under your wing a little bit, or
El Daniel?
Wow, yeah, yeah. We definitely had some of those, and this is back in 2008 when we moved here. I still see some of them today, and now I'm proud of from what I see because they used to come here and want to hang out. They'd sweep the shop. Now they've grown up to be, young good men. You know what I'm saying? Fathers.
Now
so
yeah.
We've always seen so many come throughout. We've seen skateboarders, we've seen bikers, and we got the police station on the road. So we've always, let them use the phone too. So
do they ever show up?
What's that?
Do they ever show up or no?
Do they ever show up when they ask for a job? Nah, some do, but it is what it is. They needed to use the phone and ask for a job at the moment just to use the phone, but it's okay.
Man, that's crazy, man. So any people just pull up, try to buy gear from you, like, hey, man, drop some us.
Well, actually, look,
take pictures of the building, or do they rev it up? Like when they pass, any people rev it up?
Burning out.
No, but that's like, see, Chemical every day here. It's like, man, I mean, we do not say, we don't have a sign out there that says, rev it up. You know what I'm saying? I should. Maybe they wouldn't if I have a sign. You know what I'm saying? Use reverse psychology on these fools. But no, man, we do get a lot. We're in the middle intersection, between two main streets. So yeah, you got these guys taking off like if it was a green tree at the stoplight over there. But hey, we hear it all the time. We've gotten used to it, and don't get me wrong, it gets on your nerves. But shit, man, it comes to a point to where it's like one of those deals that you don't hear no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's happened.
It's hard not to. You pass by, it's like 6 trucks outside on blips.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing too. We've always had some cool stuff outside. I guess that gives them a little.
It never fails. Every time we pass through here to get a haircut, there goes Jalen with the phone trying to record the thing. There's always something sick, man. I always tell him we're always on the move. We're always trying to do something. But now he's getting to the age where it's like, all right, bro, let me show you a little bit how we used to do things. And it's crazy, right, bro.
Man, like I remember, it's good seeing you back in the scene. I mean, you stepped out. Yeah. You've kind of done some of the things that I've said that many of the younger ones that I've known have done. You've grown up a little bit.
It's crazy, man, because even though I've grown up, I've still driven like cars, trucks, and everything.
Yeah, you've just been staying on the DL.
Like, But now it's like I told Danny, I was like, I think it's time to come back, man. I see guys like you having fun. I'm like, man, I want to have fun too.
Well, that's the thing. I went into put it into so much into the business that I wasn't having fun no more. Don't get me wrong. Just a couple of years ago, I was pretty much ready to call it off. Yeah. I kind of set out a journey. We took off to Dino's Get Down, and in Phoenix. That was probably the longest I've spent in the Black Widow by myself. It gave me a lot of time to think about what I actually was doing and what was I actually doing at the moment, enjoying what I love to do.
Yeah.
You know, right into something,
It was at that
right
moment.
into the sunset. At that moment, it kind of just changed everything. I've always felt about having drivers, not trailer queens. I've always said it for a long time. I think I pretty much got into the trailer queen bandwagon. You know, we were trailering shit everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
It kind of just became easier to do.
Yeah.
But along the way, you lose that that um, that pride of actually driving what you've built, or even if you had somebody else built it. But that's your hard-earned money, blood, sweat, and tears is what they call it.
Yeah.
You enjoy it a lot more. After that, pretty much, I let the truck not get on the trailer no more.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it's gotten beat up.
It's a long ass ride.
How many miles do you think you put on there?
Man, actually, I've set up. I'm at 21,000 miles since 2010
Okay.
on the Widow.
Yeah, so you do drive it. I mean,
Yes, I do drive it.
And where's like the best place to drive it? Where do you go creep?
Where do I go creep?
Not Pasadena.
Probably the highways.
Yeah.
Probably the highways. Yeah. 225 is always fun.
225.
610. 610. Now you got your bigger Beltway 8.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Man, that's awesome, man. And like I said, I you kind of like changed through the years, kind of like everybody, and hearing from you, and we appreciate you spending some time with us.
Oh, yeah,
this
of course,
afternoon. 'Cause
of
I know you got family back home, so shout out to your family again.
yeah, of course, man. Shout out to the Penas, and everybody that hangs out with us as far as friends. It's not
Yeah.
always family. It's always friendships got a lot to do with it. As far as the business game too. So, keeping good vibes next to you is always a good thing, and family's first.
Yeah. So I see you riding bikes. How you like it?
Riding bikes, wow, man, this is something new.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it probably takes you back. That's probably why I've gotten to a point to where I've enjoyed it. I've always collected bikes. I got a couple of bikes that are old school, 90 20-inch wheel bikes, but it's kind of evolved into something totally different now. And you get to see a lot of people that are in the truck scene doing it. Kind of gives you a freedom,
Yeah.
and setting you out on a BMX bike again.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun, yeah.
You
We're
got any
having
bikes
a good
coming
time. We do got one in mind. So yeah,
Oh,
I keep on
shit.
every time I go ride, everybody seems to just kind of ask me, "Hey man, why you riding that GT? Like if it was a Huffy or something." I'm like, "Shit, man. I mean, why? What's wrong with my bike? There's nothing wrong with it. It looks just fine. But I guess they expect
What kind of setup you got?
they what kind of setup I got?
Yeah.
GT, Camel,
Okay, okay.
29-inch, some mags, change the handlebars, change the seat for sure, man. You got to change the seat.
A little crushed soda can out back.
Any
So-
wheels on that? Any wheels?
We put some mags on it.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, we put some mags on it, but no, definitely you always have somebody always asking, "Hey man, when you gonna build your bike?"
Yeah.
It's a bike. But yeah, I guess that's what they want to see. They expect you to see a cool
Yeah.
bike, you know what I'm saying? But
Like
you have
Little
a good-
Widow.
the little widow.
Little Widow.
Hey, it's funny because
25.
it is like a little truck scene and the little bike scene, dude.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of people that be riding in downtown at different times, and
Oh,
they
yeah,
go,
no,
they
there's
go
a-
for miles, dude.
I think there's a ride every day of the week now.
Yeah, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
How long do you
Lucky.
ride? Like when you usually
The
go?
longest ride that I've done, 28 miles.
28 miles.
Man, ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
But, those were the first couple times. The last couple times we've been doing 20 something miles. It comes easy.
Yeah,
Kind of
yeah.
you can still continue going a little bit, but
What's
it's
your-
cool.
So
dope.
do you take any like music? Any
No,
music
none
setup?
of my
Just-
bikes have
just
music.
ride?
Pretty much, somebody's gonna show up with some music.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
you have some major sound systems out there. Some people with some talent putting
Yeah,
some
yeah.
money on these bikes. That's fine. I'll
Are-
just listen to theirs. I'll just enjoy the scene.
I
you know
mean,
what I'm saying?
hey, you were out there a couple Thursdays ago, so I appreciate you being out here. So when,
Yeah,
when,
actually,
when are you going to go?
Well, we were supposed to go tonight, so we
Ah.
changed that up a little bit. I know they had some crazy rides this weekend. This past weekend, there was a
Yeah.
lot of people here. But,
Hey, we were
no,
supposed to
didn't
go
attend.
tonight too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we've been riding a lot. It's
Yeah.
fun, man.
Yeah.
It makes you feel like a
definitely.
little kid. I don't know I don't know
Exactly.
why.
Yeah, it's just free. And the last ride that we went, we actually cruised through my old neighborhood. Back when I was 6, 7 years old. So, yeah, it definitely took me back.
Dude, I've seen like so many kids do like tricks and stuff. I'm like, man,
yeah.
this serious
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
over here.
Exactly. You know, we wouldn't catch us doing no tricks. Man.
Yeah.
We ain't got no time to be sitting there hurt. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
but don't pull up to the bike meets without a little crappy bike, man.
No.
Everybody just
that's
be
what
like,
I'm
look
saying.
at this dude.
Exactly. Everybody wants to sit there and
Yeah,
and,
that's the
and see
problem.
a top grade bike, man. It's like, man, it was just a bike.
Yeah.
It's not like that right now.
Yeah.
You know, pretty much
They take it
everybody
personal, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
You're better off just getting a nice pair of shoes if you're not gonna get a bike, right?
Yeah, just keep on walking.
Just keep walking.
You know,
I love watch.
just keep on walking. You'll be all right.
That's funny, bro.
Burn
Well,
some rubber.
anything else you want to say before we go, man?
Nah, man.
Any new projects you want to like just that you've been hiding, trying to hold it till the very end? Like, hey, this one come out.
We got a Camaro coming out
All right.
here pretty soon, but we want to get these trucks out the way.
Okay.
Let us get these trucks out the way, and then we're
that
gonna
one come
focus a little bit on a car.
So-
Car that I've always wanted as a kid. I
Yeah.
got it now.
Nice.
You know, so
SS boys, dog.
yeah,
SS
it's
boys.
put up. Let's put up.
We're gonna make a
It'll
shirt.
be
We're
out.
gonna give it to you. Hey, it's
Already?
always family every time I come. I've been
Yeah.
telling them we're gonna be hanging out soon. But there's a Southmore sign on the table.
Yeah,
Shout out
to
definitely.
Dina.
Hold on, Serge. All right, so we got a couple questions that came in. What do you think about this weekend? Who's gonna win?
Whoa,
Frank on
we-
the gas or Triple P?
Wow, you know what? This is probably about the 5th time I've been asked that question today, just from customers that have gone here.
Yeah.
Man, it's definitely going to be exciting. You got, like I said, 1,000 horsepower trucks left and right nowadays.
Yeah.
You know, running low 9-second times. Pretty much both of them are pretty much close to being compatible. I know both the guys.
Yeah.
I've known Alex since he was a little baby.
Yeah.
You know, so I've seen him have grown up,
Yeah.
evolve into the
He was
business
on our
he
last
has now.
episode.
Yeah. So you got Frank over here. Frank's, always had his thing. All of a sudden, things just worked out for them, and things are getting to a point to where they're into that competition, which they're pretty much the ones that brought out that big power scene that's happening now. And you got a lot of great people. You got Flaco. You got the guys from Pasadena. Speed Shop, so many different. Obviously, if you don't have 1,000 horsepower pickup in Pasadena, then shit, something's wrong. It's like adding an air intake to it and shit now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't see a big old snail right there,
Yeah.
it's not normal. We go back to the same wheel deal. You know what I'm saying? If you don't see the exact same big king lit wheel,
Yeah.
it was in Pasadena. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
now that's where it's at.
So who you got?
Who do I have? Wow. Man,
No hard feelings. I mean,
no hard feelings for either one. I think I'm gonna run with the rookie.
Okay.
We're gonna call Frank the rookie.
Okay.
Frank has really showed me a lot as far as the first time he got in that truck.
Yeah.
Ever since the first pass, the truck has been consistent.
Okay.
And that's definitely consistency. He's always gonna win.
Yeah.
Over making a fast pass once or twice, and
Okay,
getting
okay.
broke on the third pass. So I've seen the truck work. They've been working with it and they've been pushing it. So hopefully he's got another pass in it. I think
Yeah.
he'll take it.
Okay. So second question is, who do you think is it? Freddie LSX or Scarface?
Freddie
Out of
LSX or
that
Scarface?
matchup.
What are they
I
running?
heard they're running. I think it's like a turbo Silverado versus
That turbo
white,
Ford,
the
no?
white turbo Ford.
White turbo.
I think those are like the
Think
two
it's a
races
V6,
going
no?
on. There. Yeah, and then I'm racing Danny afterward.
Apata.
Oh, really?
Now I'm playing.
No, man, I'm gonna have to ride with Freddie.
Okay,
You know,
okay.
I'm all about Chevy. So
all
yeah,
right, all right.
you know, I like Ford, but I'm gonna have to ride with the Chevy and Boost.
All right.
Is where it's at right now.
Okay. And last question, man. You've been here a long time, right? You've been through the truck game. You've seen the changes. You spend knowledge. Do you think this area, Pasadena, Deer Park, right? This whole area, Southeast, is the birthplace of the truck scene? Is the real birthplace of the truck scene? Because, like you said, there's 1,000 horsepower truck around every corner. Everybody got the movement going on. I mean, Jesus. I mean, it feels like it's from here, right? Is it
Yeah.
organic?
I don't think it's happened out of here, out of the South. I think the South has evolved more than any other truck
Okay.
scene throughout the country. Now, things have changed. You have a whole different look that's happening to our scene that wasn't. Everybody's trying to go back into the 90s with our scene. We were ahead of it. We were trying to stay ahead of the scene.
Okay.
For some reason, we've gone back for a little bit. Honestly, I really don't care for the 17 by 11 OBS scene, but hey, it is what it is. That's what people are liking right now. But yeah, I think the South has been one of the major come ups as far as the scene.
Yeah.
You know, has it? Everybody chased it and followed it. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And you've been a big influence, man. So
Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
we really appreciate your work as well.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. You know, we hear a lot that from the customers and stuff like that. It's always great to hear that. Like I said, I've gotten to a point to where let's just stay small and humble and just keep on building what we do. But yeah, that is our major thing. You know, we want to stay a part of the movement, which we're fixing to try to change the movement up a little bit. Compared to the 17 by 11 stuff that you're fixing to see, we want to bring some of the pro touring into the city.
Okay.
So new.
There you have it. So, hey, we appreciate your time, bro.
Yes, sir.
It's always a pleasure to even talk to you. It's an honor to have you. We'll be hanging out soon. We're going to be hanging out the shootout. I want to give a quick shout out to our boy Serge because, man, he's always shooting sick video, and I forgot to give him a shout out in the last episode. So shout out Serge and his fam for allowing him to do this because he does a lot for us, believe it or not. The Swag King, Camera King. Shout out to Julio, our producer. Much love. Shout out to the fam for letting you come out. And, hey, it's a pleasure to have you.
Yes, sir.
We're going to be, spitting out content. We're going to be bringing you trucks. We're going to be hanging out. So, from Junior, Danny, Hosea here at Drops R Us. Where can we find you before we go?
Man,
All
you find us
media?
right here now, social media, Instagram. Now we've gone into the transition as far as it's D.R.U custom builds, not actually Drops for us.
Okay.
So we will be changing it, and you'll probably lose us throughout the search for a little bit, but we'll be found again.
And by custom builds, you mean more than a drop, correct?
More than a drop, yes, sir.
Okay, there you have it. So you're looking to get like the best work, top of the line, one of the GOATs. Here you have it.
Jose.
Appreciate it, brother.
So shout out, tune out. We'll see y'all soon, man. Shout out, Paletosos Racing. Follow us.
All day.